Hey guys, Xenomorph's newly buffed add-on, MOLTED Skin, creates an extremely powerful combo with Mindbreaker, as it makes it to where some of the most powerful survivor perks, that being exhaustion perks, basically never happen. Let's go ahead and talk about it. MOLTED Skin infamously used to be one of Xenomorph's worst add-ons in the game. Old MOLTED Skin used to be that after deploying a remote flame turret, the survivor suffered from only 3% hindered in 3 seconds of exhaustion after placing said turret. This was basically useless since 3 seconds is so minimal that it would always time down before the Xenomorph could actually catch the survivor exhausted. Furthermore, the only time you would actually get value of this is right after a flame turret is placed, but survivors already sitting ducks while placing a flame turret, so if you catch them doing this as the Xenomorph, it's already confirmed hit anyways. But now, new MOLTED Skin is far better than this and is honestly one of Xenomorph's best add-ons, up there with Lambert's Star Map and Harpoon Gun. Now, new MOLTED Skin is that after you place a flame turret, you receive 30 seconds of exhaustion, which is a vast improvement. 30 seconds is more than enough time to catch survivors exhausted, especially with Xenomorph's extreme speed and base kit information while inside the tunnels. This combos extremely strongly with already existing exhaustion perks, namely Mindbreaker. Mindbreaker is when a survivor touches a generator, they're exhausted and blind for the duration, and this effect applies or lingers for 5 seconds after a survivor leaves a generator. This creates an extremely nasty combination where a survivor places a flame turret, becomes exhausted for 30 seconds, and even if they wanted to just wait out that exhaustion on a gen, which is usually what survivors do when they're waiting out their exhaustion, Mindbreaker actually pauses that timer, meaning it will not go down and the exhaustion will keep going. This makes you a sitting duck for Xenomorph to just show up at a nearby control station and catch you exhausted with 100% certainty. The rest of our build continues to capitalize on pausing the exhaustion timer from MOLTED Skin. First up is Languid Touch, which exhausts the survivor for 10 seconds after disturbing a crow within 36 meters of you. This has special synergy with Xenomorph since the Xenomorph does not actually disturb crows while they're in crawler mode, which is something that a lot of people actually do not know, leaving more activations than the average killer. Secondly, we have Genetic Limits, which exhausts a survivor after they lose a health state for 8 seconds. So somehow if a survivor has avoided getting exhausted by placing a turret, by touching a gen, disturbing a crow, then injuring them for sure will inflict exhaustion. Finally, the perk that ties this all together is Blood Echo. Blood Echo is when you hook a survivor, any survivor that was injured when the hook happened is exhausted and hemorrhaged for 30 seconds. To summarize, placing a turret with MOLTED Skin makes you exhausted for 30 seconds. Then Mindbreaker, Languid Touch, and Blood Echo serve as mechanisms to pause this exhaustion timer to keep the exhaustion going on the survivors basically the entire match. I will tell you that this build was brutal, as we canceled so many exhaustion perks. It was literally like 3 or 4 every single game, and the survivors absolutely did not like it. We had people disconnecting and giving up almost every single game that we played today to test this out.